Greetings, everyone. Welcome in. Hope you all are having a great day. It is the beginning of a new week, and we're just going to relax and play some Enshrouded today. We've got that desert building that we started, and I do want to get finished up, or at least some good progress on. So we're just going to hang out and chill. It is the multiplayer server, so if you want to hop on, you are welcome to. Looking forward to the end of the week. Dune Awakening is going to be accessible, so I am very much looking forward to that. So keep an eye out for updates on the Discord and on my other socials. Those links are all in my bio. So looking forward to that at the end of the week. So yeah, for right now, we're just gonna hang out and have some fun. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys in chat. Let's see. They're out of food again. I really think that they changed the amount that these animals eat. It is ridiculous. Also, this is a little touchy. Like I said, hope everybody is having a great day. We need more purple berries for dog food. Okay.
Farewell.
Go grab some purple berries. Everybody watching the stream replays later, thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys. Please leave me your comments. I do want to hear from you as well. These all bushes, these are all just regular stick bushes. That was fun. That was actually very smooth walking through there. I did not expect it to be. Oh, that's nice. I like it. Alright, sorry. Easily entertained. Let's make some room for our berry bushes. Somebody didn't plant in straight lines. Oh my gosh. Gotta find the base of the plants. First, now that I think about it, that may have been me that planted these. Tangled together and hard to harvest. Hope y'all had a good weekend as well. Pretty relaxing. We had some fun with Free Rising on Saturday. If you're interested in seeing those, the stream replays are always over on YouTube and Rumble. So much clicky keyboard. I wish that you could just hold the button down and harvest everything like you can with the planting. The thumb key does make an easier interact button, but for this game I need it for... actually, that one doesn't do anything. I don't know. I could switch it. We should have some seedlings in here. Regular shrubs. Also regular shrubs. Apparently somebody went shrub happy. Somebody went very shrub happy. Alright, and we have no berries at all, so need to go find some berries so we can make some seedlings and then go from there. We've expanded our building area, so it's hard to remember where the bushes are actually going to start respawning. There's purple berries. It's just twigs. They made the berry bushes more difficult to tell. The berries are much, much smaller. Yeah, I'm not trying to build right now. Although, I probably also need a... Yeah. Well, if you accidentally hit tab, it locks the, locks some things. Okay. Explains a few things. It's gotten stuck before and I just figured it was a glitch, but apparently it's an actual mechanic. I shot that for lean meat and it didn't even have any. Go figure. Do we not have any berry bushes over here? A little bit bonkers. So what happens when we run ourselves out of, we forget to keep harvesting the beginning tier things, and then we run out, and then we have to go find more. Down. Maybe that one's got it. Take that. Apparently, I didn't even pay attention to what. That one was just skin and bones. No fat goats for me. Didn't even pay attention to what arrows I was using the steel arrows on that. Oh my gosh. Really? Waste. What a waste. Berry bushes, anybody? I didn't even notice this over here. Nice, just for fun. Not necessarily anything actually functional, but... This looks slightly different. Not on the backside of this hill very often. I feel like maybe they added all this. Whoa. I'm still finding changes that were made with the last couple of updates. They've done so much that it's hard to see them all in one go. That cave looks new too. There's some berry bushes. Yeah, the wolves are getting to get cranky. All sorts of territorial. Come on. Some of these have got to be berries. That's just regular. Good grief. No, how many do I have? 6. I have 6 berries. So give us a few seedlings, and that's not gonna well. Right over here. Don't worry, puppies, we'll get you some food. Change this. Pots McSmokey, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Good to have you. Shrub, berry bush, there we go. That'll give us 10 seedlings. There we go. Okay. Yep. And then we'll be able to make our puppy food. Seriously? Typical cat getting in our way. Being underfoot. Oh, I should have kept one more.
Anytime.
Alright, there you go, guys. Now you have food. Yes, yes. So cute. Alright, let's drop all of this. What do we have in our inventory? We're still building, so we're gonna keep all of that. Got our hammer, got our rake, and our building blocks. That should, and a chest, okay. That should be fine for now. The rest of this can all be put away. So we've got, okay, in our somewhat unorganized neat. It used to be organized, I promise. I don't know why that didn't quick stack. Where does our plant fiber go? Apparently in there. Weird, but okay. It's fine. Isn't it, Lily? I know those are somewhere, but we can go in there for right now. Things get get scattered about a little bit. And then the runes and the sword. Swords. There we go. Can go in there. It's maxed out. Yeah, but since I'm using this one, we'll keep that one as our extra for decoration. Alright. How long does that take those? There we go. We've got 10. Those will get started. And by the time we come back, maybe they will be grown and we'll have more berries. We'll do a couple, get out of the way, dog. Cute. couple of runs of just turning them back into seedlings until we get a good rotation of them. Let's pull some of these shrubs and put them that way the inventory doesn't get full. We've got a chest of plants here. There we go. That will do nicely. Let's run over to our base and get started with our building. We'll build the interior, then we'll move that altar out where we want it to be. It's just kind of floating a little bit where we don't want it to. Let's see if we can. Nope, that's flattening it out too much. Part of this we might do a faux like a faux skirt on around it so it looks like it's a full foundation. Okay, I don't have any of the sandstone on me. Is that what this is? From over here so that okay, sand should just be sand and sandstone. Wonder if it's going to make a difference what we try to fill in with. Build the terrain up. We don't have to like fill it in solid. Like if we wanted to extend this, we don't necessarily have to fill it in solid. We can smooth it out and make it work. Building first, then the terrain. This is how we want our front. And then for this portion of it, we're gonna do sandstone, so yeah, let's try, because we were going to kind of mix it for the purposes of it being, having some structure and some depth to the structure. Hey, how are you? You can't stay, just want to say hi. It's bedtime for you. Thank you for making sure I'm sitting up straight. Appreciate it. Glad to see you pop in. Go get some rest. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for saying hi. It's not you snapping. Especially when we're doing something weird. I want to see how this looks. Make sure it's too far. Yes, it is. Okay. I have to remember that the temple blocks have that ridge on them, so that's not what I need to line up it to. I need to line up to the actual wall. This one we should be able to use snapping for, sort of. That's not a full block width. Maybe it is. feel like it's too low. Maybe, maybe not. We'll make it all the way across, and was this a full or was this a half wall? What did I do here? It's a full wall. Okay. Oops, turn snapping off for that one. And line it up. There. Okay. Sometimes you have to back it up and look at it, make sure everything is symmetrical. Yeah. Nope, this is too low. I goofed. Needs to line up there. Yes. There we go. Double jump is so my friend. Actually, I like that better. Where it's down just a little bit farther. When you're trying to line things up and build on both sides so that everything comes to get together at the center, and you know, one side places differently. You're like, oh wait, I like that better. That's why we can just sit back and get lost in the building. Although it's going to change how this lines up. It's fine, we can fill it in. That's the nice thing about building an Enshrouded is you have the individual blocks that you can use. You know, so you can build a single brick at a time. So if you do want to put things offset just a little bit and you need to raise it up just one more block, it is very, very nice. Carl, hello, how are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you, as always. It goes well. We are working on our building, obviously. A little bit quiet in the desert at night, besides the crickets. Right there. Just gonna do some experimenting, and just kind of hang out a little bit. Just gonna drop. Should be right there where it drops at. So it'll land just above the door frame. Perfect. Okay. So it's not going to line up exactly, so we'll have to fill in the center, which is fine. That land appropriately? Did not land appropriately. It's floating. Step. There we go. That's also not where that should be. sometimes get it right on the first try, but not always. A little bit wonky, but looks symmetrical from this side. Good. Glad you're glad to be here. And I want to fill in. Really? Can you like treat those as stairs? That'd be great. There we go. Yeah, that won't be too bad to fill in. Hello, Shadow. How are you? Welcome in. The house building is going. Do I want to try to fill this in with a wall? How much mixed sandstone did we grab? I swear we grabbed a whole thing. Or did we not have enough and I needed to make more? I can't remember. Alright, apparently we need to go make more. If we do the pillars, might be, I think this would be too much. It'll make it too busy if we try to add another texture in this particular space. Yeah, that's gonna be too much. To add another texture into this space. Normally doing things in threes works, but not so much here. Alright, let's go back to base and get some more sandstone blocks. I'll double check just in case I didn't grab them all. Mixed sandstone. Nope, no more in there. And no more. Yeah, that's the refined wood. Granite. Nope, okay. Apparently nobody was planning on building with the sandstone blocks. Rough sandstone. Sandstone, there it is. Yep. I'll just make a full stack. Plant the rest of our berry bushes while we're here. Glad you're doing all right, Shadow. nice relaxing Monday. I was very tired today at work, which is not usually a good thing. Of all the days, today was the best day to be tired. I wasn't working on any equipment, so. So I was fairly safe. That's not going to... Yeah, it did. Actually, that doesn't look half bad. Being dropped like that. Yeah, I'm good with that. That'll leave us room for a trophy right above the door, or a, the shield, one of the armor shields, that'll leave room for something like that. That'll work. I like it. Okay. We'll start building up. We'll get the front facade and then work on these sides. It'll be obviously a multi-tier structure, multi-level structure. Can't really say tiers because tiers kind of gives you the connotation or the mental image of being stacked like a cake with different sizes, which it may be. They'll have to do something to keep it from just being a cracker box. Yeah, that's usually why I can't stay up too late on work nights, because, you know, the work that I do, I can't really be tired very often. So, my favorite history subjects. Ancient, anything that's considered ancient history, but ancient Greek, Roman, and Egyptian are my top three. Would be, you know, the rise of Rome and the, you know, Greek, the height of those cultures, with their mythology, and that kind of era is my favorite as far as history subjects go. As far as American history goes, I'd say my favorite time frame would have to be Revolutionary to Civil War, kind of, would be the time frame that I enjoy the most. Yeah, the Mythos era, yeah. Your current fave is Rise of Prince Vlad of Romania. Nice. I'm always looking to learn more about a lot of things, so you can never stop learning. Let's go. Oops. Come on. Build myself a platform so I can do this properly. Let's just build ourselves a little floor out here so we can move around. And do what we need to do. This out. This. And kind of fill in that. That covers that too much. keep wanting to use Z for the undo, which I could probably change that if I really wanted to. I want to keep that inset definitely as a shadow. Keep that framed in. Solves the problem of that being one lower, and then also keeps it from being too flat. Nope. You have to be careful on the corners. I will say that's the only thing about this. These blocks, the Desert Temple blocks, is they do frame up weird with their border. It does get a little bit wonky. Corner look right? Can't believe you missed. Also, this corner is different. This corner. Alright, gotta figure out what's going on there. One thing at a time. It's hard to see from the front with my matches up nicely, and that matches up nicely. Beautiful. Okay. It'll do what I want. We'll do the rest from the inside. Okay, so what's wrong here? Is this out farther one more than it should be? By like halfway. Nope, that one hangs over. Okay. And that is straight back. So is there just a floor block sticking out too far? Yes, it looks like there's just a floor block sticking out too far. What it's supposed to do. Alright, we'll do this the hard way. It's not doing what I want to do either. Block by block is if you miss trying to put it back. There's a trip. expect to adjust this at all. It's going to be a pain. You don't belong there. Okay. Yep, and we're still missing a piece right there. Beautiful. Okay. Does this line up properly now? That should be straight. Why do we have an extra block? Right there. Why does it curve there and not over here? Curves back here and not over here. Unsure. Alright. This is what I mean when it says it can get really, really... Aha, that's why. Because we're missing a block. Right there we go. Beautiful. Perfect. I'm gonna get very, very particular about how things land. Let's get some doors and windows in. Then I think I want to start pulling it in so it kind of does almost a triangle shape. We're not going to bring it all the way to a point, but we're going to pull it in a little bit. Two, three. So we'll take out this. Make sure everything lines up properly. There we go. And the next one, turn snapping back on. And then take that one. There we go. That one, whoops. Because we're taking that one out. There we go. So that'll pull this room down. And then we're gonna do for our stairs. We're gonna move that altar, more than likely. Although having the altar in the middle of the interior, I haven't done that with any of my builds yet, so maybe we'll keep that the way it is. What I want to do here is kind of a spiral staircase almost situation. Which means we just have to figure out where it's going to land for the second floor, and then adjust where the steps actually live. So if we do this as the next step up. Oops, nope, not there. I'm just trying to think of, like, I'm trying to picture other ideas that I've seen people do and, you know, kind of make it, obviously not just like directly copy it, but integrate those ideas and how pieces have been used in ways that I wouldn't necessarily think about. It's actually probably going to end up landing like right here instead, so we'll scooch that back. Let's put in a wall here real quick just so that I can see, well, of the proper type so that it hits correctly. That's where the wall will land. It was set into the wall a little bit. It's right up against the wall. Yeah, it's gonna sit inside the wall a little bit. If we pull it away, so instead of being against the wall, it's out. It's either gonna be inset or no. Okay. Yeah, I don't want floating stairs. They need to touch. Need to touch. There's no in between. That's fine. But it does actually need to be closer to the corner. Not that far. Those where they belong. Yeah, it's the wall. It's the wall label that's in my way. Nope. It's either looking at it from one point of view or another. You don't get both. There we go. Feels a little tight. That's fine. Go first person for this one. I don't, it's a good tool for sometimes, but it does make me a little bit woozy, so I can't use it for very long. Sticking, no, we're not sticking through the wall, but it's definitely not where I want that. Dang it. It's fine. The top level of stairs is where I want it, so. Why is that now being weird? I don't know. wants to touch. Let's see if we can get it to snap. No, not really. It's better, maybe. So that might not be too bad if we have to extend it, because it does feel tight. So let's go ahead and just fill in this gap and make the landing just a little bit wider. I don't know why that didn't reconnect though. It's weird. And depending on what we want to do, close enough? It's not close enough. But we can do the same thing. And then bring this up a little bit closer. Of course not. Why would you want to come closer? There we go. Wish we could move this whole thing. Do. Alright, and then that'll be the next floor. That'll make the ceilings very, very high. How tall is a standard wall? That's a wall and a little bit, which is usually what I do. A wall and like the half wall or the door frame. So that's about where the second floor would land anyway. So we can pull this up and fill in floor here. Is that where that needs to go? Or is that too high? That's too high. There we go. Turn it snapping for this. Just kind of get it started. So I can maneuver a little bit. Where I needed to go. And then continue this up one more. Nope, I want you. Oh, because snapping's on, that's why I'm like, why is it not going where I want it to go? This precisely right here is why I enjoy the building more in this than in Valheim, is because you can get creative like this and just experiment and see where you want things to land and how it's going to look. And that will pull that there. Beautiful. So we've got a nice spiral. second floor, and then up into the third. And which means we have to decide what we want to do with the rest of the front. Pull more sandstone. Stay there. Damn it. Go. Nope. Go that way. There you go. Good job. You can do it. Okay, you should be able to do it. There we go. What I'll probably do for windows is it because I'm too short that you're not snapping up where you're supposed to be? I know I'm short, but seriously, no need to be ridiculous about it. And then that one went up here. So much for snapping being helpful. Some people can build like super fast. They have, you know, such precision and control over it. So that is inset just a little bit. Let's see where this side of the wall lands. Did I keep it over far enough? Looks like it. Lost a lot of my health on that one. See, at least the building has to be like 2.5 stories tall before you take damage from jumping off your roof. A little harder to see symmetry when you start to get stairs and things in your way. Okay, looks good from this side. Go. Way. This view right here. This is why we do this. This is why we build in this area. Love it. Almost want to put, I'm going to see how something looks here. See if we do the temple block, this piece. Put it up too high. On the outside, just like this. Too far. Control your roll. I'm gonna have to do something about this dip here before, if I keep doing this. Or, you know, we could just do this. See, we have this nasty habit of doing things the hard way. You are allowed to yell at me for that. Pull this forward. Yes? Is that where that goes? And then in the center, Chris, hello, how are you? Good to see you. And then the center to complete this diamond shape here. Let's try. Doing this. Too far. Okay. It is right up against it, so I have to do some first person. No, that's gonna pull it out too far. Here, upright. Now let's start. Being upright is definitely a start. No, that's going to pull it out too much. If we're going to do this, we're going to have to... I cannot do this in first person. Oh, it's floating away from the wall, that's right. That is why it's sticking out too far. So if we stick it... It's too high. It's closer to where we need it to be. There we go. Ah, damn it. Moved the wrong one. We'll get there. We'll get it placed eventually. Nope, that needs to go over. Using one as a placeholder to ghost the other one into place. Needs to go right. There. Still too far away from the wall. Did not do what I wanted it to do. Is that against the wall this time at least? It is against the wall this time. Okay, there's that. I mean, I'm upright-ish. I mean, I'm sitting in a chair, so fairly upright. I was extremely tired today, though, so I feel you on the minimal functioning power. It's like running in stealth mode. Did I get it right on the first try? Did I do it? I did. I got it on the first try. Beautiful. Let's get rid of that, see how that looks. And see if we want to fill that in or not. I don't know, I kind of like the center open. I like it. Yep, we're gonna go with that. So we've got our stairs. I just had another idea. If we keep the flame altar in the center of this room, can we? Here's a question. Nope, cannot build on top of it. Okay. I was thinking maybe if we could put a couple of corners in just to make it a little less of a square hole. I wonder if we can put decorations on top of it. I haven't tried, so we'll work with it as though it's gonna stay there and see if we can decorate around it and make it not so harsh. But if we make the second floor kind of an open balcony across around here, so if we take out, like if the floor ends there maybe? Maybe one more. Or half a one? So that you like look down on it. That's too low. Let's do this from on top. Or that. Like right here. We can always fill it in again if we need to. Whoops. If we need to. And then we go and like right. The interior floors doesn't matter so much with where the spacing ends up being. So we'll just let it land where it is going to land. Nope, I definitely want to pull that one back. But not quite that far back. Half a block. Floating wall, floating floor. Everybody's favorite thing, right? That's gonna... There we go. It's not a square, though. Need to put at least a half a block. And make it look a little bit nicer. Close it up a little bit. Go with... Hello, stranger. I could put my headset on for voice if you want. I did. You weren't gonna sneak up on me. You're not as sneaky as you think you are. Oh, I can't believe I missed. And again. There we go. Okay, those was the last 3 snowballs that I had. That's what you get for trying to be sneaky. Nope, not fast enough. That should be just about right. Leprechaun, thank you so much, keeping me hydrated. Appreciate it. How are you? Oh, jerk. Did you bring enough snowballs to share? Still, I feel like it's quite symmetrical. I do think it's landing weird, but I'm not sure. We'll work with that. See how it is. Just enough to hit me and run away. That's fair. That's fair. How much is this gonna bug me? Having this ridge line right here. Because the floor is just a tiny bit taller. Because of how I made the stairs. I'm very much in the zone. You're fine. Run around. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. It's not coming through the other side, is it? Usually they don't. Oh, it is. Okay. All right. Try to remove the right thing. Just the floor. Just gotta make sure that the floor doesn't pop through the front. I like having space underneath stairs. It, like, I like the way, the feeling that having things, decorative things placed under there, I like the feeling that it gives. Nope. I don't like that there. This piece needs to come out. Do a 1 block, just a single. asking to get its head hit, get your head on it. Oops. It's too much of a gap, so I actually like that pattern. I'm not going to fill in that gap because I like that pattern. I'm going to fill in this though because we're going to fill it in without punching through the front wall. Nope, not that. Oops. There we go. Yep, that'll do nicely. Hopefully it looks just as nice once I get the wall up and get that filled in. By single blocks. See if I can get the floor in nicely. There we go. I love that it does only use the one block though if you're filling in a space. It only uses as many blocks as you need. Front. Oh, okay, good. Okay, I should be able to snap in now. Wait to snap into that wall until I get the wall up and decide how that's going to go. Okay. More new Twitch items. You know, the things that we haven't, found in the world yet. It is nice that you can still find, it's not just, the Twitch drops that's not the only way to get them. You can discover them in the world as well. Okay. Now to fill in the rest of that floor, we need to get the walls up because of the way I have this situated. So I'm going to keep some depth and dimension. We're going to do some of these in the palm wood, I think. We'll see how it looks. We'll do some of it in the palm wood and some of it in the temple blocks. I'm going to do these pieces. It set out better rather than where it tries to snap it in on top of the it looks nicer. It feels less crowded. Just that tiny little bit of space. It's amazing what that does. Just having that little bit extra. Then we'll have to get some lights in. Especially when it adds a ridge like this, so much border space. Way better. Dang it. Yeah, that'll do. Really? Who taught me how to build? And if we need to punch some windows in there, we can. It's easy enough to punch windows out. Yes, yes, I like it, I like it, I like it. Now the question is, how is this going to line up on the interior? With the pillars that are like stacked. Okay, that looks good from that side. How's it looking from this side? Oh yeah. Yep. Sounded like Ducky from Land Before Time. Yep. Jeez. Love it when things work out the way you want them to. The last time I played Conan Exiles, I hadn't found that not necessarily the desire, because I had the desire to build, but I hadn't really landed on that creativity and that getting out of my own head for the building like I have with this. So I'd like to go back and play it again and try the building again, because I enjoy Conan Exiles. I love this game, love that game. But I never did much with the building other than the bare minimum. I found the mechanic a little clunky at the time, but again, like I said, I hadn't gotten out of my own head with trying to be perfectionistic. But now that I have a little bit, I think it'll be easier. So we'll see. And I'm really excited to see what the building is like. I've heard a few things about the base building in Dune, So again, super excited to see what that's going to be all about. Too far out? Nope. Nope. That landed nicely. How long ago did I play Conan? How long ago did I play Conan? Oops. Let me look here. January of last year. So it has been about a year and a half. Wow, I did not realize it had been that long. It's been a really long time. That's crazy. It changed a bunch of things with the building for the better. But, I mean, either way, grammatically it works. Do I want to do 3 doors? Because back here is going to be, you know, kind of a courtyard. The area. Yep, seriously. I almost wonder if I want to do that at the front too, instead of just having the one door. Have multiple doors across. That's fine. That's right, these aren't landed perfectly. Which is fine, because if we do this, that door, and that door, looks centered for the moment. Fill that in just to make sure. Get the narrow walls so that it's easier to fill that in. Yeah, sometimes it's one of the weirdest things about the English language is sometimes there is multiple ways to say things properly, and you know, some of them just sound better than others. It's kind of hard to see when we're down so low. I don't know if I like it better with the doors or filled in. I don't think I like them so close together. Maybe if I spread them out. We're gonna put the walls back in. We'll just keep the one door for now, and if we want to punch, whether it's punching windows or if we do doors, maybe if we put the doors closer over here instead. Ooh, secret doors? We can put secret doors in. Here's an idea. Alright, I have ideas. Alright, beautiful. I am so glad that they added the secret doors. I have so much fun with it. bad. Need to go. Yep, we do need to go over one more to line up with the wall properly. I don't hate it. I don't love it. We'll see how it looks once I get like the wall up. But I don't love the way this is doing what it's doing. We'll see how it looks once I get more wall up. In the door would be great, thank you. I wonder if we can keep the pillars by putting in hitting the right button would be great. It doesn't keep the pillars. At least not from that perspective. Any more space? That, and then if we put in this wall but don't butt it up quite against it. We'll butt it in a little bit. Okay, so if we butt it in a little bit, what I'm trying to do is trying to find a way to keep the pillars between some of the panels of the wall, because when you put them all together, the pillars go away. But I love these pillars. What if we try to do... What do these look like? Oh, maybe if we do that... What if we do this and then put a wall panel in? Will it keep? It does not. Yeah, it meshes them together. So what if we do the mixed sandstone? I did not ask you to jump off the wall. And just place it right back here. Just nestle it in. Just like that. Do a panel of the the desert temple block. There we go. We can cheat it. We can make it work. Yeah, using a different material. It doesn't look quite because it. Unless we find a lighter material that kind of blends a little bit better. So there's not quite much, so it's not quite so dark. Daryl, hello, how are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm gonna go get the lighter sandstone and see if that works a little bit better. See if I like that better, because that dark shadow of the mixed sandstone doesn't work as well as I want to. It does keep the pillars, which I like. So let's see if these will work. Oh, what's the matter? Are you scared? I'm gonna throw more snowballs at you. Let's see here. Palmwood, fancy stone, desert city. Well, hey, don't start something you can't finish. What am I gonna do with you? Rude. Refined sandstone. Highly polished are gonna be too white. Let's try the refined sandstone. See if that's any lighter. And there's a limestone blocks as well. Those are a little bit lighter. Try those. You're gonna get me, aren't you? Yep. So troublesome. So let's try this one. It's very, very smooth. How close it is to the inside. I like it better inside. which unfortunately is going to create a pillar on the inside. Which we can hide with, you know, or at least disguise with decoration. There we go. Just a weird angle, I think. At least with the altar inside, we don't need to worry about lights right now. Everything's well lit up. That's my hesitation with keeping the altar inside, is the lighting and how it affects what you want to create with that. But we'll see. We'll see how it all looks when everything gets put together properly. And we start getting actual lights in. Can I do this from the inside? We'll see. Nope, we missed. Looks better at night. I don't know. Because if I'm going to end up with pillars on the inside, I'd rather it match everything else, I think. We'll try the 3 different material types and see which one we like. Thank you for the lurk, Chris. Appreciate it. This one's gonna be too raw material to match with everything else, if that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely don't like that, because it is going to be seen at least partially. Trying to completely hide everything is going to make everything too busy, so I definitely don't like that one. Let's try this one. Because with the mixed stone and the palm wood, at least it matches everything else. The only reason I want to try this lighter one and see what it looks like during the day from the outside, to see if that deep dark shadow looks any better between the pillars with the lighter material. That's not where I want that to go. That can go away, that can go away, and that can go away. Oh, that is not where I told you to go. Oh, work. Just wanted to throw a snowball and run. Yeah. Typical. Let's, get a wall in here. There we go. Alright, let's Let's see how that looks. Other than the holes, I don't know if I'll be able to see those holes and if they'll be distracting during the day. So let me fill those in real quick. We'll go sleep the night away, unless it ends up being daytime by the time I get that done, so that we can see this during the day. This is visible. Nope, not right there. Right there. That one. And in there, I think. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Nope, that was not the right spot. That out. Let's see. Nope. Let's take this wall out so that we can put this block in where it belongs. Come on. No. Frick. The wall is not that thin. You should be able to land on top of it. If I wasn't trying, I'd absolutely be able to. Also, I need to fill in that spot. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you just gotta cheat it. Nope. Inside the wall. Great. There's a gap there. You know there's a gap there. But you don't want to go there. With the single blocks, unfortunately, there's not much you can do with refining placement. Oddly enough, it's weird. I want to go underneath. Still not gonna let me do it. There we go. Maybe doing this. It's gonna get stupid about it. I'm just stubborn enough to sit here and keep trying. Damn it. knew there was going to be a way to do it. Just had to cheat it a little bit. Put this back in where it belongs. Maybe. God damn it. There we go. Oh, grief. Might still be a missing piece, but we'll see here in a second. Gotta get out of first person because, wow, does that hurt my head. There's still a cube missing. Right inside there. There we go. Yep. Okay. Let's get rid of all of these so that I can see. All right. Let's take a flying leap and take a look at it. How gorgeous is that? Those clouds. Alright, I think it's almost a little bit hard to tell with the weathered stone being in the corner like that. I'm thinking not the limestone. You know, the one that took me so much trouble to actually place. Yeah, and it doesn't make that much of a difference in the gap from outside, having the lighter stone. There's a slight difference, but not enough to justify how it looks on the inside. Well, there's some nice sunlight. Look at that. Yeah, even in direct sunlight, it doesn't. Look at it. God. This. Just to see. I feel like the palm wood is definitely less intrusive, for sure. Turtle, hello, how are you? It's good to see you. here on top of this. Wow, must it be so difficult? Because it must. It must. Yeah, the palm wood is definitely less intrusive. So I think we're gonna go with that for that gap filler. Yeah, yep, that's what we're gonna do. See how many of them I could take out. Alright, we'll keep the one in the corner just to keep that smooth. A good transition from the front wall into the sides. So we'll keep that like it is. How is this corner gonna do its thing? Oops. How are these pillars gonna connect here? Of course, like 2 centimeters too high, right? Keeps the pillars in the corner. Good. It needs to step out though. Does it need to step out? Look at it this way. We'll step out one and do the other. Oh, not there. Come on, you can do it. I wonder if it's not doing it because it doesn't have that other pillar. Okay. Damn it. That button would be helpful. And then there we go. Single pillar or double pillar? This corner is going to have a double pillar because of the way that lines up. So maybe it's okay to do a single, double, double. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll go with that. Oops. I like that they added that they have scaffolding for you to use while you're building, to have the look of while you're working. But I fall off of it so often. That's the only problem right there, is that doesn't line up properly. Which I might be okay with. Fill in the gap. Oops. So I'm just gonna look up the front, or up the out at the back. Looks good. I'm okay with that. Keep that smooth. Smooth across the back. And hopefully we can do it all again on the other side and make it all match. Did. This side should be easier. I won't be falling off and going back and forth. Hopefully. Yep, it needs to step back one from that. I said we won't be falling off and going back and forth, but one right on top of it, make it one more taller, I believe. Can we can't stand on that ledge. Yes, we can. There we go. This is going to be a problem though. Dang it. We're going to have to pull the stairs out a little bit. We already pulled this one, so this is fine. You know, it's just something for the, to bunk your head on. Perfect forehead height. And then what we'll need to do is pull these stairs back. Come on. these single blocks? Did I fill in by single blocks? Of course I did. Oops. This is why I try to remember not to fill in with single blocks, because when I have to adjust things, it takes a little bit longer. Whoops. See? And then I do silly things like that. There we go. Of course, all I have to do is remember to use the undo button. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'll keep these in place so I can tell. Okay. Oops. Dang it. Forgot to change material. Block, there we go. And then remove the top ones, there we go. Fill in this gap. Just like that. And I can, and that'll make it easy because that's just right there. Stack red on top of it. Problem is my hands really are not that shaky. They really aren't. One of these times it's gonna land where I want it to. One more, right on top. There we go. Oops. One more underneath, otherwise we're gonna have a hole. We can't have that. Nope. I need you to go inside that gap. Oop. Do it from the outside. Because, you know, doing things the easy way. You wouldn't want to be able to do that. That's not where that goes. Actually, it is where that goes. Now that I think about it. Nope, too close to the front. So now, oops. Now that we've got one there, maybe. Why is there a floor tile down here that doesn't belong? That's not a floor tile, that is where the wall is down lower than it should be. That's okay, that's fine. Leave it, because if we need to tear it down, because we decide to put those doors back in. Is that where that goes? I can't tell. See if we can see the gap, and then we'll figure it out from there. can't see the gap, then there's no point in torturing ourselves. This one should be... fill in that gap. Perfect. Is this one not doing what I wanted to do? Yes, no. Yes, it does look like that from that side. Perfect. We'll go inside and fill that in. Yes, we can see the hole, and that's going to be perfect. Take out the floor. Then put that in. Just on the bottom of this. That's all I'm asking for. Sure. Put this back in and see what happens. No snapping, because you're not going to go where I want you to go. Pull in closer, please. You're overlapping the floor. You're still overlapping the floor, but it's weird. Yeah, see, that one filled in the hole just fine. Of course it did. This one's not gonna fill in the hole though. It's a little tight. Is 3 the limit that it will cooperate with me? 3 is just the absolute, you know, nope, no more. No more cooperation for you. And then that gap right there. Because of course. Inside the wall would be great. Why would anything want to cooperate? Like, at all? Fine. They can just stay there. Oh my gosh, sometimes you just have to compromise. I gotta fill in this one now. I mean, overall, I'm fairly happy with it. To fix that. Finish this corner. Doesn't like it when you try to build over your head, like, at all. Just trying to put things down there. Is there actually a gap that needs to be filled in? Kinda, yeah. There's kind of a gap right there that needs to be filled in. Instead of doing singles, let's try this. Oh, no. Gosh darn it. Close enough. Let's try this. There we go. Yes, that is much better. Much smoother. Much better. Let's hope I can remember how to do that. On the other side. Yeah. Which do you think was the world's first wine culture? Ancient Rome or ancient Greece? Trying to remember in the timeline of things which one technically started the development first. I want to say Greece is actually older. But, you know, if you want to go even farther back than that and count the Vikings' mead, their honey wine, there's that. But of the two, I believe it was the Greeks. I could be wrong. They both had a good culture for it, so. And then the pillar. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this one right here. Stay there. That one. Do some more stairs. Oh, that works. Sort of. The floating stairs. Alright, let's see if I can actually do this properly this time. Even older one. Ancient Georgia, their wines. Made different than European wines. You're from Norway. Yeah, I think you've mentioned. I remember that. Oh. Trying to, if you think about it and think about history and look at the timeline of when things happened, things are so much closer together than you would imagine. You know, the pyramids and, you know, are closer than you think to modern day, even though we think of them as such ancient history. It's crazy. I also have to remember that these don't like to doesn't match what's on the other side. I need to figure out how I did that. Let's stop doing that. Okay, so pull that back off of... That one. That one, there we go. Let's put that back. There we go, yes. Yep, there we go, got it. Jeez. Hello Archimedes, how are you? Few more seconds. You like the new painting? Yes, that is Kirk's Enterprise, from the original series. I like the way that one turned out. The base building goes quite well, actually. It's coming together quite nicely. I'm using 3 different types of building blocks. And yes, very roomy. I like spacious. Gives me plenty of room to throw in all of the accoutrement, the decorations and the furniture and everything else. So, and then there's gonna be a 3rd floor as well. I had to move the stairs, so those need to be put back together. But it's coming together very, very well. Let's put this back in. We've been experimenting a little bit with keeping the pillars in between the panels, so that it gives it a little bit more dimension. Oops, I need to change material. Apparently there's a limit to how many blocks will cooperate with me. I'm beginning to think it just doesn't like building over my head. Which is annoying when your character is so darn short. Because everything is above their head. There we go. Just down one further than it needs to be. Yes, it is. Dang it. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. It's great. It's great. One of your favorite wines is called Retsina Pine. Very aromatic. Possibly it was the wine the ancient Greeks took with them when they invaded Troy. Nice. Very cool. I always like trying new wines and things, and drinks in general, or food. I like trying new food. Block looks weird. And just the way things are connected. Alright, I think we can fill in the floor now that we've got our walls up. and then start on the third story. All right. This floor back in place. Too much. Maybe not. There we go. Put in one row. Feels a little tight. Yep, that's better. That's better. Eric the Red? Yes. Not super familiar on the details, like off the top of my head, but I have read stories. That's one of the great things about history is sometimes there's not always the proof that something actually happened or that people existed, but it's the stories and the legends and the myths that make it so interesting. I can't tell if I'm poking it. Nope. Looks clean. Okay. Just making sure I'm not poking through the walls. Do I want to make this a balcony too, though? No, I think just the center balcony will be fine. As much building as I've done, if I start switching things up now, it'll throw me entirely for a loop. Like the Z and the Y should be switched though. I think that's good, that's good, that's good. Us Westerners. No, I'm Eric the Red. Scandinavians call him Eric. I can hear it in my head the way it's supposed to be pronounced, and I can't make my tongue say the word. Crumb, hi, how are you? It is good to see you. How have you been? Stand on the wall, please. Thank you. Just double checking, making sure our floor pieces aren't sticking through the wall. Because I've done that a couple of times. Not quite up against the wall. Alright, I think we're golden. Look at that. Second floor good. Oops, we've got one more piece to fill in here. There we go. Beautiful. Got a view of the front door if we need it. A little bit of view of the back. We're okay with that. We're good. We're good. Yeah, familiar with the last name meanings and the sen at the end, and yeah, it's one of those things that makes languages really neat. And unfortunately, I feel like the modern American English vocabulary has lost some of that. You're doing okay, Crumb? Just been going through some changes. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's good to see you. Good to have you back in. Put these stairs back together. And just kind of chilling out and doing some building today. I've had this idea for this desert base that I've been wanting to do and haven't gotten around to doing yet. So we are finally doing it. Focusing on that today. Oh, snapping's on, that's why I'm like, what is going on? More? Why is snapping back on? Nope, you are too high. Too high, too high. There we go. And first, this is coming out in a weird spot, so I'm not sure how I want to do this. What's here? Let's do this. Come down. There we go. Let's take a look at that, see what we're looking at here. If we pull this around this way, leave that open. I think that's where that belongs. Nope, it is. Well, sort of. Sort of, kind of. Yeah, close enough for right now. And we'll fix it. Let's not fall down our own. Nope, we're out of stones. this is what happens when I get creative, is things get really weird sometimes. But I wanted this spiral, and I just wasn't sure where it was gonna land on the 3rd floor. It would almost be better if it came around again. Actually, you know what? That's an idea. If I pull this landing longer and rotate the stairs, there's an idea. Pull this landing out. Actually, make it go up 1 step. Do your thing. Nope, that is not where you belong. There? Yes, there. That one. And then keep this one at this level, otherwise that's not where that goes, but that's okay. This is an experiment at the moment. You trimmed your beard off? That's always drastic, because you had a full beard, yeah? It's always quite the change. And then almost filled. There we go. I think that's better. Move this over where it belongs. There we go. It's not great. Not great. But I almost don't want it to be don't want it to be any taller than this as far as the next floor height. It's gonna be too much. So, since we know where the floor needs to land, what if we do this? That one up. So it still feels like steps. This. And then takes 2 steps off. Feel much better now, and you lost some weight. Nice, nice. As long as these things are positive for you. My focus is unmatched. Sometimes I can get too focused, for sure. I completely, space out and forget to talk and don't pay attention to chat and just completely get lost in it. But for me, that's one of the perks, one of the reasons I like it. Okay, and then it won't land up against the wall. That's okay. I can make that work. We'll just put it where it belongs and then chop off the stairs. Good, good. Glad things are positive for you. There we go. All right. And that goes right there. Beautiful. That, those. And then fill that in. And fill that in, yeah. I would like it if it landed against the wall, but it's okay. We're okay with it. I know how to fix it. If I really, really wanted to, I could shorten this by a step and pull it over, but I think we're okay. It's fine. We are gonna have to fill this in block by block though. Well, maybe a 2 will fit. Come up here where you belong, please. Okay, 2s will fit. Sort of. Sort of. It'd be easier to remove pieces. That is not what I wanted. That. And that one. Nope, that one has to stay. Alright, we're okay with that. That works, that works. Your health was playing a big role a lot in your life and definitely improved with eating, sleeping, and exercise. Nice. Nice, very good. Yep, back into the grind of it. We've got an extra layer, so if it is poking through, it's fine. We'll fill this in. We'll fill this in after we get the walls up. Alright. We need more desert blocks. We have been growing tremendously, and I'll say it again, the support that everyone has given me has been absolutely appreciated, absolutely wonderful. It's definitely been a fun ride so far, and looking forward to more. Oh my gosh, has it? It's been that long already. Wow, it is almost time, unfortunately. Alright, let's go back and get some more desert blocks. It's because I'm small. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Yeah, we've played a lot of different things. Finished up a run of Valheim with everybody, and that was great. And just playing around in Enshrouded for a little bit. We've got some gap time before the end of the week when Dune Awakening drops form that I can start doing. So looking forward to that on Thursday and Friday. So that'll be lots of fun. The dogs are having a good time. Alright. Oh wait, let's make sure we don't have blocks in here before we go making more. We've got a few. I heard a wolf. Oh, that was unpleasant. Nope, no more temple blocks in that one. You got a workout to do before bed. Alright, have a good rest of your evening. Do appreciate you popping in for a little while. Like I said, it's good to see you again. Yeah, I will be on again tomorrow, starting at 6. Same schedule as always. Awesome, we'll see you then. Alright, looks like we need to make more desert blocks. Hopefully, we have enough indigo. We do have indigo seedlings, so let's go plant those. We can harvest our berries. Plant our indigo. And see how many blocks we can make. I was apparently stuck in the mud. That's a thing. Go check out a colony on LV426. It's gone silent. It's probably nothing. Oh yeah, probably nothing. Nope, not at all. Nothing to worry about. Just another day. Alright, have a good night at work, Chris. It was good to see you. Oh. We're making blocks. 200? Not bad. But that is why we were making more. Make a full stack. And go finish that floor. I still haven't decided if I'm going to leave the altar in here or not. Punch through the front if I do that. This block in and then chop it off where I need to. Just like laying tile. Fill it in and cut it out where you need to. Nope. Unless, of course, it doesn't cooperate. It doesn't like being too close or too far away. Make sure I did fill those back in. That leaves a little ledge. Even if it's not walkable, we can put things here. Okay, the rest of that should be easy enough to fill in. Sometimes got to remember that the shadow doesn't include the ledge. Whoops, there's a hole in the floor there. We'll fill in the edges when we get the walls up, but the walls will be much easier to put up with the floor in. Let's not fall down the hole again. Should be about right. Let's see. Should land right about there. That may be too close for the wall. Seriously? Everyone except for the one that I wanted to take out. Go figure. And I think... How close do we want to make this? Actually, I think that's just about perfect. Where it looks like you're going to bonk your head, but not quite there. Alright, so we just gotta get the walls of the third floor up. And then we can start. There we go. Get the walls and then finish the floor on the edges. And bring it in to match up. Because obviously we're a little off right here. There we go. And then build the courtyard. Ouch. We will probably do an awning off the back, some sort of balcony, terrace kind of thing. So we'll do that, and then start the landscaping. So third floor walls and then support structure. So it's looking really good. I am really proud of it. managed to keep the pillars in. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I might bring those all the way down. Bring the pillars all the way down. I'll look at it again with fresh eyes. I mean, the half doesn't look bad. The half doesn't look bad at all. Because that way it's not so uniform. And it kind of offsets the pillars of the doors from the backside and kind of gives it a little bit of dimension and depth. So, no, I probably will just leave it the way it is. There is a discrepancy. That corner and this corner. Something is wrong right here. That'll have to be fixed. Alright, I'm not gonna do it right now. But I think I might just be able to put some blocks in and that'll fix it. It'll match up that. I think I see what I did. So, alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out, watching me build. Has been very, very successful. I'm pleased. I am very pleased. Got a good view. Got a good view out here and a good building. So we'll get that finished up next time. So the rest of the week we've got a couple of days to fill in with thank you, Angel Wallace. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. And welcome in. It's good to have you. Probably go into some more re-rising for a couple of days, and then we are going to be getting lost in Dune Awakening, which we will start playing on Thursday. Super excited for this game. I've been keeping an eye on it for a while, so really excited to see what it has in store. Looking into what it's going to take for running a server, and obviously it's, being the type of game it is, there's obviously going to be the interactions with the entire built world, but having a portion of that connected to it. I was looking into it, and there's ways to have your world that obviously goes into and meshes with the servers of like the deep desert and all of that, so you still get the full game experience. But so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be lots of fun. Let me know, drop a note in the Discord, let me know who all is gonna be playing. I already know some of you are, but let me know who all is gonna be around and who's gonna be looking forward to playing Dune as well. Link to the Discord is in my bio. Be sure to join there if you haven't already. Any of the stream replays that you've missed, if you can't catch me live, those are always over on YouTube and Rumble as well. And you can watch those replays whenever. Please leave me comments if you are watching those stream replays. I do want to hear from you as well. And I will reply to those when I see them for sure. Yes, I will have a guild. Might not set it up like that first day it was, but I will definitely have a guild, and that way you all can be a part of it. It'll be awesome. Don't forget, you can also follow me on X and Instagram. I have those socials as well. I will try to do better getting things out on those, and sharing with you guys all of the other nerdy things that I like besides, playing video games for everybody. Once again, your support is wonderful. Do appreciate all of you. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Do appreciate it. And I am live every weeknight from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a variety of games during the week. And Saturday mornings, I do a series stream starting at 9 a.m. And I am playing through Assassin's Creed for the first time, so that has been lots of fun. I am currently in Assassin's Creed 2, and yeah, definitely some improvements from the first one, but enjoying it. So yeah, hopefully we will see you all then, and we'll catch you next time.